Not new to India. I've actually lived here for almost 20 years, which makes me generally an old man, but also an old Indian chef now today, I think. I've been working in and out of restaurants and playing around with different concepts and themes for years. I've worked on so many projects over the years, and I'm happy to say that I've been involved with IHM for the last 15 years this year, and a director for the last, I think, 7 or 8 years. This competition actually comes off the back of another competition that we do in India called Young Chef India Schools, and that was the first competition that we did. It was just a random idea, why don't we do a Young Chef competition, inviting class 11 and 12 kids to participate in this competition. And our tagline was cook a curry, fly to London. So for the first 4 years, we took 8 national finalists to London to compete in a final at the University of West London, which we have an association with. And then just one day, generally over a cup of tea, Dr. Bose, who's not here today, but he's very much the flag bearer of IHM. He set up the company, I think, 30 years ago. It was very small initially, but now it's become quite a large organisation of hotel management institutes. And he said, why don't we plan a young chef competition, but invite the world to India? Something that nobody's ever done before. And in many ways, it was a bit of a crazy idea. How do you invite so many countries from around the world? It's a great challenge in many ways. And we threw around the idea, how do we even start this? So we thought, shall we approach government? Should we go to Delhi and meet all the consulates? But we also know what kind of bureaucracy that they have, and it would have probably taken 10 years to get off the ground, in all reality, for anything to ever happen with that. We wanted to initiate something quite quickly. So we put together a list of countries around the world. We put together a list of culinary institutes, hotel management institutes around the world, and we started sending emails out. It was as random as that, really, to start off with. I think we sent emails to about 90 countries, and we found out later that only around 78 countries in the world have a culinary arts program or have hotel management as a subject. And a few countries said, maybe we'll start, it's a good idea, might be good for our country. In the first year, we had 15 countries come to India. The first year, we did it in a very small way. We did it in Calcutta, which is, let's say, the home of IHM. It's where the brand started. And we had 15 countries, which many international judges thought was impossible for the first year. And in fact, they laughed and said, you'll be lucky to get 5 in the first year. And by the second year, I think we had 38 countries come. So it's obviously this association with India. The whole world's interested in India today. I think for any chef to get an opportunity to come to India is obviously something that every chef would be excited about. So the format of the competition as of today is, and obviously it's growing every year. This year we have 55 countries. I don't know how many more countries we could have. We'd love to have all 82 or whatever, 78 that have a culinary arts program or do hotel management as a subject, but I don't know how feasible that is. So basically we invite, from very good institutes around the world, we invite a participant and a mentor from each institute. So the participant is being escorted by a mentor. And basically the mentor's job is to obviously mentor the student. I think we can see every year that if there's a really good mentor, then obviously we usually have a really good participant as a student. The countries that are going to be coming to Goa, and I'm actually going to be coming to Goa with them. I think it's important that I'm here the first year because it's the first year that we're doing it here. We have Italy, Nepal. It's actually quite an interesting mix, actually. The Seychelles, Iceland, weather's slightly different here than it is in Iceland at the moment, I think. Oman, Singapore, a very competitive culinary nation when it comes to competition. Uzbekistan and Thailand, so a good mix of countries from around the world we have coming here. And this is something that we did. We pretty much pulled numbers out of a hat to find out the groups. So this is actually Team C from the grouping. And in other cities, I think in another city we have 10, in another city we have 12, in another city we have 9, something along those lines anyway. More in Delhi, a few more in Bangalore. But for the first year, with it being us doing it here and doing it in our campus, we wanted to have slightly lesser number. But hopefully that will become larger next year. The judges that we have coming here, so we've managed to accrue around 28 international judges for the competition that are travelling, that are following the competition around the cities. We have adjudicators in each city. So if there's any issue, if there's any problem that's arisen by a mentor or a participant, then it can be looked into and assessed to see if that is an issue. Obviously, a lot of the countries that are coming here, particularly the nations that compete in culinary competitions throughout the year, and there are quite a few colleges around the world that take that very seriously. It's part of what they do. They win lots of gold medals around the world. They've certainly come to India to win this competition. They have no plans of going back without a medal.
Video journalist Sahil Mandrekar from Panjim for HCN.